Time to bring the thunder. Let the heavens rage! Zeus!
Hello everyone, LZ Toys here, finally with OP10 weekly, including bans. Thank you all for your support. It's a new era. Here we go with my current deck list. In the description down below you can copy it if you want to test it in the sim. So here I'm playing against my teammate LZ Ares, the first round of the first officially weekly, which includes OP10 and ST21, but with bans. Without bans. Bans are allowed from 1st of April. So this weekly was last Friday. That's why without bans. I won the dice roll. I kept my hand immediately as I have Zorojuro in my hand and Sangoro. So of course I'm hoping to see Luffy. Let's see if it happens. Shanks in this specific meta without bans, I consider it as a very strong pick. So here my second turn leader ability into Zorojuro, and I don't see here any Luffy unfortunately, but you saw it right, 2 Magellans to the bottom of the deck. This is my current choice. The idea behind is basically that in this format where we will definitely see still some Luccis, still some Blackbeards, still some BYs, I think Magellan, especially if you need to go second, can catch your opponent off board and it can win you games. So here, coming back to the game, I was quite lucky. I top decked Luffy here, which is the perfect top deck I could have imagined. So swinging here with my Zorojuro first, because either he blocks and does leader ability, or he just gives me a 2k. If he gives me a 2k, here we go. So I'm still able. He didn't activate leader ability, so he just blocked and protected with a 1k. I'm doing the Luffy Sangoro combo, and of course, as it is my teammate, I don't need to skill check him and swing with my leader and see if he's countering out, as I know he will definitely use his leader ability. So here, 6-stone turn for Shanks. It looks pretty good from my side here. I have enough counters. I have one Gum Giant in hand. So here my opponent goes quite an aggressive route. So here I was thinking like, okay, if he swings first time 6, I counter it out. Now the second time I took it because I'm looking for options. As you see that I didn't have so many options. I mean, I have the Rush Sanji, but I was thinking like, okay, let's have a look if I'm able to get something better. So that's why here, first thing first, I swing with Sangoro into the Luffy. So why I do not play here Sanji first? As I want him to block and not use leader ability, instead use some counters. So let's see what he is doing here. So he gives me here for free a 1k counter, which is very good from my side, as I am able now to drop Sanji, tap the blocker, and then try to remove his board. Here we go. So I have here still 4 potential swings. So at least he will have to spend some cards from his hands to protect his bodies, or he just let them die. Let's see what my opponent is doing. So let me know in the comment section, how do you like the new meta so far? The OP10 without bans, and let me know what you think will be broken with bans from 1st of April down below in the comment sections. Would love to hear some of your opinions. So here I swung with 8k first into Pluffy. I just want him to force to use leader ability and give me a 2k, or he gives me here 2 hand cards. As he only has 4 cards left. Here we go, what I predicted, leader ability and a 2k. So as the leader ability is off, I'm able here to swing for free into Pluffy with 6. Either here again, he gives me 1 hand card, or he lets the Luffy die. Of course, with 3 hand cards, probably it depends a little bit what he has in his hands, but he committed quite a lot already to protect them. So here, another 7k into his Sanji blocker. So asking my opponent again, either a 2k or your body is dead. So he did not protect him. So of course here my last leader swing with 5k, as he used already his ability into life. My opponent takes it, obviously. I have even 1 down open from my Gum Gum Giant. So just in case, if he tries to remove one of my bodies with a swing, I would have this option open. But also just to represent my Gum Gum Giant as a possible counter. So my opponent also knows that I have my Gum Gum Giant in hand, because I searched it with Zorojuru. So it's always a little bit kind of a mind game here. So my opponent is on 8 Dawn turn, which means probably there could be a Rayleigh play, or Ben Beckman, or Dragon, but when the Shanks player swings first with leader, the Dragon play would not make sense, so I was assuming here we go, it was Rayleigh, -3 on Sangoro, -2 on Zorojuru, and KO Sangoro. If I'm not wrong, I protected here my Zorojuru. Probably, no, I think he swung first with leader into my life, if I'm not mistaken. So here what I'm trying to do is to push my opponent. I know he's low in hand cards. I just want to push him to maybe 2 or 1 life. So he counters out here without leader ability. So in this case, here we go, another one. So either he uses leader ability and gives me another hand card, or he gives me a 2k, as he did. So he still has his leader ability open, but he gave me already 2 cards, and I think he's left with only 2 hand cards. This 7k he takes, and here we go, another 8k. So my personal goal is accomplished, which was bring my opponent to 2 or 1 life down. And I played here the Kid Blocker, which is also a nice tool. If he would play the 10-cost Shanks, I can at least protect 1 swing, the 10-cost Shanks swing with my blocker, and also protect one of my characters, as I have Gum Gum Giant, and then try to push him to 0 life. So here 10 dons for my opponent. I'm not sure, even though if he would have 10-cost Shanks as an option to play, I'm not sure if this would be the best option to play, as I mean, he would have 4 hand cards left. I mean, I'm also not sure if I could finish him. If, let's assume I'm just losing the blocker and I protect my body. But here we go, 8 dons. Let's see, it's another really huge style points for my teammate LZRS. Back-to-back manga Rayleigh. Nice to see. So he gives -3 to my kit and swings with 8 to Zorojuru. Zorojuru has -2k. So here I'm thinking about to protect him or not. I know that my opponent has 2 dons open, which could be Red Hawk, which would be quite annoying, but it was for me not worth to use this Gum Gun Giant and anything else, just to protect this Zorojuru, because at the next turn it would be still -2000. So I let it go, protected the 5k swing. And now my biggest goal is to bring my opponent to 0 life. Like this. I'm forcing him maybe to try to go for game. I still want somehow to establish a body, because if I'm not able to bring him to 0, I think it doesn't make sense just to put all dons to my 2 characters and my leader. As well as I know he could have a Red Hawk in his hand, but sometimes they also just bluff. Of course, you always have to respect it. It's the same when Pluffy leaves 1 don open, you have to respect it. So I'm thinking here, what are my options? Should I play something? Should I try to rush him down, as you see here, with Frankie? But, I mean, the Frankie here, I'm playing in this list now 4 times, is most of the time for the Blackbeard matchup. As there, it could make a big difference if I have another swing to finish the game. Here, I mean, it's quite a costly card. You have to spend 5 dons to cast it, and then another 2 dons, if I'm not mistaken, that he's able to have rush, or 1 don at least. So I decided here to go first to have a look with my leader, 6k. Either he gives me a 2k or he uses leader ability and gives me a 1k. Here another 2k. Pretty much 2ks so far from my opponent, which of course is always quite annoying. But Shanks is also playing some 2ks in his build, definitely, because he wants to protect himself in the early game, to be able then to turn around in the late game as soon as he reaches 8 or 10 dons. So as he protected this 6k swing, I'm still thinking like, what should I play next? I could also have played here, for example, Luffy, Taro into Frankie, and then also swing with Frankie. But I was also a little bit scared of like, what happens if he tries to finish me? Do I have enough counters? Do I need even though to play him? So what I do here, I swing 7k just to check. Still no leader ability, which okay. Now with this 8k swing, I'm not forcing him to either counter it out or let him think that I have another rush, which could be potentially a threat to kill him. Of course, I have still 9 dons open. What my opponent could have thought is that maybe the 9 cost Luffy is coming. So if this option would be available, yeah, would meant that I could swing with a final swing with 11. So I think it's a good decision here that he chooses to take to counter this. But I think it gives me also a little bit the information that maybe my opponent does not have Red Hawk in his hand. So maybe he's hoping to trigger it out. So yeah, in this case, I'm still thinking like, should I play Frankie or not, bring him to 0 life? But then I didn't realize I don't need to bring him to 0 life. It doesn't make sense anymore. There is no value for me to bring my opponent now to 0 life. I will just give him another hand card. Maybe it will be a key card, which he can try to use to finish me. As my situation is very comfortable, he has 2 hand cards left. Of course, he's going to draw now. And yeah. So here we go, 9k swing. I'm starting to calculating, okay, what does that mean? I mean, 10 cost Shanks is definitely not an option anymore. So I gotta take this one. Why? Because I do not have any brick to use to throw it away for Gum Gum. That's why I allowed myself here to take the life. And then in this case, another 9k swing. I mean, he has 8 dons open. Probably he has Dragon. So what I have to expect, if I take this one here, I have pretty much enough counters to just both swings to counter out. So I'm trying here maybe to bait a little bit. So just to make sure that he tries to finish me. Of course, he can also think like, yeah, maybe I have a bricky hand. So yeah, this was the reason why I took this life, because I calculated twice and triple. There is no chance he can finish me. So in this case, I have more than enough counters. So yeah, I think his last option here is Dragon. 2 dons, probably to Dragon itself or to his leader. I think in this case it doesn't really matter. Either way, I'm able to counter out both swings quite confidently. So yeah, here we go, 7. It's a 2k and a 1k. And 9. And he knows there is the Gum Gum Giant. Thrashing away my Big Mouth, which I don't need anymore. Throwing to seeing also some additional counters. And here we go. Go back to my turn. 2 cards left in my opponent's hand. No dons active. Which means for me, let's finish this game. First thing first, go for 8. If he uses leader ability, he has to give me his 2 last hand cards. He takes, so I can finish him with 18. Thank you so much. This was round number 1. See you guys tomorrow for round number 2. Bye bye.